today we're going to demonstrate the empty bowl project. The empty bowl project is really, in some ways, just a continuation of the seat and rack marker. You're going to be attaching pieces of clay to pieces of clay, except your original piece of clay is actually a bowl that I threw. So the very first thing you have to do in getting ready for this is come up with a design. Draw a piece of paper and you give it to me and you've got your design turned in. When you have a design, you're going to give me the design and I'm going to give you a bowl. So here's a bowl that I threw and I'm going to give it to you for this project. So take it out of its wrapping. It should be leather hard when you get it, meaning it's partially dry, but if you lifted it by the side, it would be soft enough to break, which you don't want to do. Now, handling the empty bowl, it's really important to be able to either use two hands, or what I prefer is actually get a big bat, put it on the top, and every time you want to turn it right side up or over, you can do that. All right. First thing you do with your empty bowl is on the bottom you will write empty bowls 2014 Christian Brothers High School and your initials. Okay. These bowls are donated to River City Food Bank. River City Food Bank has a fundraiser and the money raised from this goes to feed the hungry. So, all right, I've got my design on my bowl. I'm going to pull up a chair, make it easy for me to work on this, and this time I've also brought myself a banding wheel. Banding wheel is a nice little thing. It spins, does things for you, moves it around, so I can put my project on a banding wheel. All right, I'm going to be more creative this time. Instead of just putting Rob, I am going to draw a flower and attach it to this. I'm going to use some clay, and I've slabbed this clay a little thinner than normal. It's about 1/8 of an inch. And I am going to make myself a beautiful flower out of here. This is it. Beautiful flower with a stem. Okay, there it is. Beautiful flower with a stem. And I want to attach my beautiful flower with the stem to the bowl. Well, if you get your bowl upside down, remember what the top is and the bottom. So here's my beautiful flower. I want the top up there. I'm going to attach it, and like with attaching anything, I'm going to figure out where it's going. It's going to go right here, and I'm going to mark it with my needle tool, and then that area I'm going to scratch. Remember, we scratch, we press, we compress, and then we hold it in place. Last time I didn't talk to you about the idea of using slip, but slip is like real gooey clay. Here's some real gooey clay. So if I happen to have some real gooey clay around, I can put it on the surface where I'm going to attach the pieces, and that's going to actually act like mortar and help it to stick. Okay? All right, I take my beautiful flower I've made, I scratch on it, and put it into the place where the other was. I compress it. Beautiful flower on my bowl. I compress the stem. There we go, and I get my compressing tool. You can use a wooden tool, a needle, a wire tool, any tool you like, but what's real important is where those pieces of clay join, you compress it. You make sure that the clay is sticking to the clay, because we don't want this thing to separate. Okay, you'd probably make a more complicated sculpture, but this is just a demonstration. Important things in this project. Turn the bowl upside down and over using a bat. Makes it safe. If you're sculpting and you're upside down, remember top from bottom. Right on the bottom, empty bowls, Christian Brothers High School 2014, and your initials. So I'm going to call this done. It isn't really complicated or anything, but with glaze it's going to look nice. I'm going to turn it over, but I really want to make sure that this piece, this beautiful flower I've made, sticks to this. So before I let it dry, I'm going to actually take a spray bottle and I'm going to spray the entire bowl with water. And what that's going to do is it's going to help the two pieces stick to each other. I'm going to press them down a little more, straighten out the edges. I'm going to take plastic, I'm going to cover it back up. I'm going to let this sit overnight, and then tomorrow I will uncover it and straighten out all the edges. So that's the empty bowl project.